studies visual communications and makes work that focuses on the byproducts of urbanization. He creates, asks questions, and travels the world, attempting to discover true connection to himself and others. Daniel is a native Calgarian and graduated from the University of Calgary, which is where I went to school, in 2007 with a Bachelor of Fine Arts. Me too. And see, we're still doing things. We didn't have to become geologists. Please welcome Daniel J. Kirk.
Okay, rock and roll. All right, so if you don't know, it's 2012, and based on the Mayan calendar, we're at the end of the world pretty soon. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is kind of live my life every day as if it's my last day, because really, we don't ever know. What really fascinated me with kind of that icon was when I was in Mexico in the Yucatan Peninsula. I was speaking with someone. They told me that based on my birthday, based on the Mayan calendar system, that I am a seed. March 13th, 1984, go figure. And basically I took that as a pretty big responsibility. You gotta plant a lot of seeds. I grew up in Calgary. I was born and raised here. I love this city so much. It provides me with opportunity and clean air and clean drinking water and all these sorts of wonderful things, but most of all it provides me with a sense of inspiration. And that's what I want to do. Those seeds are what I want to plant. This is a piece from 2010. I think kind of symbolizes sort of how I feel about the city, about Western Canada, and basically about kind of the optimism that I feel exists in this place. The open skies, the clean, beautiful, wonderful environment that we have here with an hour drive to the mountains, an hour drive to the prairies. This is a piece that I did for Millennium Park a couple of years ago, I think now sponsored by Calgary Public Art, giving an opportunity to an emerging artist to paint something that was 25 feet tall by 18 feet wide. After that, I kind of traveled across Canada doing this project that was based on these little gold bricks. You can see in the bottom right corner there, planting these little seeds of questions, I guess. By putting a little gold brick at each major Canadian city, I wanted to question the idea of vandalism, the idea of graffiti. If I add tangible value to a building, is that still considered defacing? That was 24 karat gold. Anyway, these are containers. I find garbage, I turn them into these little art objects, characters. Basically then what I like to do is what's called shop replacing instead of shoplifting. I go into stores and place objects on shelves to provide that moment of pause for people. What I really want to do is provide that seed again of inspiration and question. Just where are we? Where are we going? Every little bit of visual stimulus, I think, has an impact on us. The ad campaigns that we see on billboards across our cities are constantly providing seeds of negativity, of consumption, of capitalism. This was a sign that I took it upon myself to change that was originally said, upgrade your spouse. And for me, walking down the street, I didn't want to see that every day, so we changed it out. Anyway, this is a project that's ongoing. Three different isolation projects that I've kind of been working on, with the newest one upcoming starting Monday morning on Stephen Avenue in front of McDonald's. It's where I lock myself away in isolation with no media, no food, no communication with other people, and basically allow for that freedom to express myself, the freedom to connect. And you can kind of see, again, maybe somewhat based on some Mayan iconography and things, a view of the self on this one, Day of the Dead, this sort of balance of life and death. This was an isolation project that I did. I got to go to Eastern Turkey, the heart of Mesopotamia, where really I think civilization began. Stayed there for 3 days, no food, painted a cave, left it. Kind of this idea again that maybe someone someday will stumble upon that cave. during that time, I got a chance to really have fun and interact with a ton of people. I hitchhiked from Istanbul to the border of Iraq just before Syria started getting all of its major kind of Arab Spring influences and the uproars that kind of been going on there. During that time, I probably drew 130, maybe 140 portraits for people, and then giving them the portraits after, or keeping them in a book that I'm looking to have published, and then go back and kind of deliver to each of these people who ultimately impacted my life in a huge way. Again, traveling from east to west in an entirely different culture gave me insight into what's possible with my own opportunities in Calgary. I never would have thought I'd be able to do a standing backflip, but there's an amazing parkour gym in the city that can teach you that. I learned that in 3 months. The real inspiration is in the people here, the seeds that are being planted. A lot of people have referenced those today. Friends of mine, artists, started off as painters, are now doing permaculture exercises. This is a group called the Leaf Ninjas. Give a little shout out to Light and Soul. They, have restored urban spaces to garden spaces, spaces that grow food. And this is their first year. So things like that are really important to support. Teach us how to grow seeds. This was my attempt at carrots this year. And there's a parsnip there too, which you gotta plant carrots in deep soil. Right? They turn into little pellets otherwise. Hopefully that John might give you a few tips. This was a project that I did just this last year at the Bethany Care Center in the Advanced Alzheimer's and Dementia Ward. Again, referencing like a tree. They don't have a view in some of these areas where we're putting people to go and live the last part of their lives. So this is actually a set of doors that people try to escape from. And the ideal is to redirect energy back into the space and kind of give that sense of inspiration in planting a seed of hope. Another project that I'm just going to continue painting, continue sharing my gifts, and hopefully other people will continue to share theirs. Another little thing, you've got to be absolutely productive. All the time, continuing to be productive, continuing to come up with new ideas, spread the seed. I'm evolutionarily programmed to do this sort of thing, I guess. I don't want kids, but I want a lot of ideas and a lot of people to share